In the heart of Borneo, tattoos once spoke louder than words. Among the Dusun, Marut, and Rungus peoples of Sabah, ink marked milestones: strength, beauty, status, and spiritual protection. But time moves forward, and not all traditions survive untouched. Colonization, modern religion, and social stigma push these ancient symbols into silence. What once marked identity is now mostly forgotten. In this documentary, we follow Kevin and his team on their search for Sabah's fading tattoo traditions. Their journey took them to Kota Balud in hopes of meeting a traditional tattoo artist. But the appointment fell through, and the studio they found had long shut down, a quiet reminder of how easily culture can slip away. Still, they explored the town, determined to find whatever traces of the old ways remained. One lead after another fell through. Some artists shared that they didn't feel connected enough to speak on the tradition. Others simply weren't available. Still, we pressed on, driven by a deep curiosity and a sense that this story was worth chasing, even if the trail kept going cold. Eventually, Kevin and his team found an artist who could speak to what this culture means today. He shared the significance of traditional motifs, the meaning behind each line, and how these ancient designs are now inked using modern tools.
So, what do you know about traditional Sabah tattoo?
Basically consists of designs from
Basically has no hand.
flora and fauna. Mostly, I think it's floral. It's basically the shapes of flowers,
Yeah, that's it.
but instead of rounded, it's
You
mostly
want this one, you don't want other shape, right?
triangle. I mean,
I like
this art has actually been gone like a long time ago
Because
because
this
of
one, That's a small
religions.
one, so only you can, you know.
Only can be salvaged.
This shape.
I think 10% of it, because if you look back pictures of from
yes.
way back, there are patterns that we haven't seen and haven't been done yet.
To understand more deeply, Kevin decided to wear a piece of this legacy himself. A linen kit motif, a symbol of connection and identity, reinterpreted for today.
How do you make sure that tattoo stays true to its traditional meaning?
Get it as it is. Like when the shape is that way, the pattern is that way, do it as it is. Don't change, don't add a fusion to it, don't add like other elements to the tattoo. I mean, if you want to get traditional one, it should be as it is. Like the word that says traditional.
Ah,
Yeah. So the pattern, the shapes stays
It's almost too
to
big.
to form.
so,
Instead of adding other elements to it.
so what symbols or patterns do people usually ask for?
For the original one,
Yeah, for the traditional one.
basically these lines, what you can see in traditional costume, all that kind of styles, the straight lines, symmetrical designs. So when people ask for traditional Borneo Sabah tattoo especially, so that is what comes to mind. That is what is always is. Yeah. Then there are some artists doing it in a fusion with other designs, but when you stick it to the traditional, it's basically symmetrical designs, lines. Sarawak has different style of patterns. Sarawak mostly also
Yeah.
designs are also based on florals and faunas. And then
Also,
difference is
this is a little.
the one that we have here is mostly symmetrical and a lot of lines, thick lines. Yeah. But then those Sarawak ones, they are
You know how they
more like
this
vines, very thick vines, and like
should add a little
floral shape, oval,
shape,
circular
just
shapes
to make it
like that.
like matte.
So it's
Yes.
two different patterns. So if you merge them
Just a
together,
little.
it's already a fusion.
Hmm. How about the geometry design? Where does it reference from?
Flawless, but instead of doing it rounded shape, yeah, they did it straight shape. Yeah.
Do you think traditional tattooing is different from modern tattooing in terms of meaning and purpose?
We put it that way. It's not really that much different. There will be no modern tattooing without a traditional tattooing. So basically, what tattooing is now derived
Traditional.
from the ancient, the traditional one. So it's a rite of passage. Yeah. So basically, it's still the same. It's still, it's just that nowadays it's been modernized with lots of different patterns and different methods, but the purpose is maybe the same still for me, I think. Yeah.
Do you think traditional Sabah tattoos are making a comeback?
It is. I mean, there are a few other artists who's focus on doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, and then there are also more and more younger generations getting it done.
Have you seen more young people interested in getting traditional tattoos?
There are a few. I can say it's getting there. I mean, the numbers of younger generations getting traditional tattoo is, getting more and more compared to the elderly ones. Yeah, because I'm not very sure why, but it's the younger generation who is more attracted to these kind of things.
What do you think about the future of Sabah's tattoo culture?
Based on my experience tattooing, there is still a lot of improvements that needs to be brought up, especially towards the clientels instead of the tattoo artists, because most of the tattoo artists in Sabah that I've known of working like alongside the guidelines of tattooing, but the vast majority of clients still probably need to get more educated about tattooings in order for us to reach a level where other countries have.
Tradition doesn't always look the way we expect. It evolves through new hands, new tools, and new meanings. This tattoo may not be ancient in method, but the spirit behind it lives on.
Put your head in mine.